Ladies and gentlemen, Ncuti Gatwa. How are you?
Hello, hello.
This shirt looks familiar. It is reminiscent.
Does it look familiar? I thought I'd bring it out. Bring it out for this.
That does bring me to one of the questions I wanted to ask. The costumes.
Yes.
The ball gown.
Yes.
Oh my God. Has anyone else got major envy? Is it just me? Yes. I literally considered replanning my entire wedding around that dress. Tell me, like, what was your reaction when they started bringing things out to you? Were you, knowing you were maybe more and more? Yes.
Yes. No, I was so excited because I feel just all the conversations with the costume director, designer, I knew that they were going to really be bringing the hidden subtext of queerness into the play, and I was like, this is perfect, correct. And so I was very excited. Went in for my first initial meeting with Ray, the designer, and she showed me her sketches for the pink ball gown. And I just fell in love because all the costumes are quite floral. So it was this idea of these characters and these people who put themselves on display, with the class that they're in and the societal expectations that they have. Like, they're all on display. So there's like a real floral element to all of the costumes. I felt like it was a very good storytelling element. The costumes are exciting.
Yeah. And fabulous.
And fabulous.
I do want to ask about another cast member. When you first saw Sharon D. Clarke in the yellow, I mean, did your heart just stop? Like, what was that like?
Oh, it's all of us. When Sharon came out, it was like, so cool, and the detail on that yellow dress is incredible. That, I don't know what the official word is, but that sort of military sash thing that she has, like, so. I mean, Sharon was very clear on wanting to do a Jamaican accent for Lady Bracknell. And so, like, all the badges, like, if you look closely, like, they're all very Afrocentric. And so, I guess telling that story of Lady Bracknell and her coming from not this background, but assimilating into the background and trying to assimilate. It was just really intricate and detailed, but she looked incredible. Oh my God, that yellow on her skin tone was amazing.
So tell me about getting involved in this, because you've been in, like, one of the biggest films in the world in recent years. You were in Barbie. You've obviously had a very successful TV career, like on two very big shows recently. I mean, why was it important to you to go back to theatre? And because you've said in the past you consider yourself a theatre actor first and foremost, is that right?
Definitely.
Still today.
100%. 100%. Theatre is my passion, and I guess, like, for me, where I believe, like, the best acting happens. I just was dead. I was chomping at the bit to get back into theatre. It'd been like 5 years that I didn't have, that I was trying to get back in. I really love working in an ensemble. It feels so nice to be a part of an ensemble. It feels so creative, and it feels very equilateral.
Yeah.
Equal.
Just equal.
Equal. That's the word. It feels very equal, and from that, like, lots of creativity can bounce. And this play as well, each character sort of, like, gets their chance to shine. Max Webster International reached out and asked whether I wanted to be a part of it, and I said yes immediately because I love that play. Love what Oscar Wilde was doing with that play as well. At that time, must have been wild. I mean, the play is just littered with, just every line is like a queer subtext. And so I was so excited by what Max wanted to do and, like, bring that out and push that to the sort of forefront, because as we know, we just hope that we did Oscar proud,
Yeah.
because he had a very tough end of his life. So it was just very exciting to be a part of an ensemble, be part of something that wanted to say that message. And the cast was just incredible. It was a no-brainer, really.
One of my questions was going to be, do you think Oscar would have approved of this? Because I think he would have been 100% on board with this adaptation of the play, this presentation of the play, I should say, because it just feels so lively and so bright and so sharp, which is something he was, I think, as well.
100%. Oh my gosh, light years ahead of his time. And I don't know whether you noticed, but like on the proscenium arch that the play is being played on, there's like a symbol of rotten fruit on the top of the proscenium arch, and I think it was the opening night of Importance of Being Earnest, way back when, there was an aristocrat who sent a like tub of rotting fruit to Oscar Wilde because Oscar was banging his son.
I mean, yeah, he was. Like,
and so he was raging at that and sent a bunch of rotting fruit.
Yeah.
And so we hope that we've sort of, I don't know,
taken it as a badge of honor.
Taken it as a badge of honor and like turned everything that he was, I mean, we're giving ourselves real savior complexes here, but like turned everything that he was prosecuted for into something celebratory and in the limelight and celebrated.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, this is maybe me coming as a Northern Irish person, you're obviously raised in Scotland, it feels like there's a Celtic fringe laughing at the English a little bit. No disrespect, but also a little bit of disrespect.
Yes. Yes.
At the English upper classes, let's
At
put
the
it that
English
way. There
upper
we go,
classes.
yeah.
At the English upper classes,
I got it back.
definitely. I mean, that's what the play is that. And every single line is he was taking the Michael, out of the society that he was in, and also trying to infiltrate and dismantle from the inside out. A queer Trojan horse is what the Importance of Being Earnest is.
Beautiful way of putting it. I wanted to ask, because I read an article with you, and you were talking about how you know, your confidence varies. Some days you'll be self-deprecating, some days you will have, and I quote, godlike self-confidence. Now, Algernon to me seems very much at the godlike self-confidence end of that spectrum. Is that where you would personally put him? I mean, he obviously has some shocks to come in this play, but
He does have some
definitely
shocks.
lives there.
Yeah, no, he lives in he lives in Godland. I guess as many men of his class and upbringing would have at that time, not much to answer to, and yet sort of everything to answer to, and he sort of like dances around the rules, and that's what happens, isn't it? Rich men can dance around the rules. But hopefully Algie's doing it in like really see you next Tuesday way.
And you've said in the past, I don't know if this is something you talk about really in detail, but you've said that you invent star signs for your character. You sort of assign them star signs. Did you do that for Algie?
I did. So Algie, yes, I did. Algie, when I first read this play, like at 14, it was the first time I saw the word dandy. A gentleman that is like exceptionally concerned with his appearance. And Algie is and there's a dandy in each of Oscar Wilde's plays. Algie is the dandy in this one. And to me, that just felt very Libra. Oscar Wilde was a Libra. The play is about like artifice and having something underlying that, and like the sort of image you put to the world. And he is overtly and overly concerned with his appearance. which was like extremely important to this class of people at that time. Funnily enough, we've not changed much. So yeah, I think he's a Libra, Leo Moon. Leo Moon, yeah.
All right, he can get his star. Somebody can go get his palm read or his star sign done while they're here. Tell me about what's your plan? Do you plan things? You were obviously looking for theatre when you signed up for this, but is it more just like a sense of, ooh, now I'd like to get into some TV again? Ooh, I feel like doing something short and sharp. Let's do a film, or is it very much like waiting to see where the universe brings you?
A bit of both. I see how at the moment, I'm very into indie film and theatre. Those two feel the most sort of, what I've discovered at this stage of my life, I feel like those processes feel the most generous to the actor. I remember at drama school, a teacher saying to me that TV is the medium for producers, theatre for actors, and film for directors. And so there's times as an actor where you can feel very much like a product, and film and theatre I feel like are the least of those things. They make you feel most like an artist. So that's where I'm at now. But it varies. I mean, in my early 20s, when I didn't have much money, it was like, get me on screen now. And I was just hungry for anything. But yeah, I see how I feel. Yeah, not much planning.
I think that's a healthy way to be. Too much control kind of makes you anxious, right? So
yeah.
You've also been very lucky. I mean, something like Sex Education could have been, I think, okay, we've got some fans in the house, definitely. It could have been, a forgettable teen show. It could have been, it felt like something we've seen before. And instead it felt so vivid, so fully realized. And Eric had such a complete kind of feeling arc to it. So that must have felt special. It must have felt like a gift.
That felt like a gift. Yeah. That definitely felt like a gift. So I just hadn't read a script like that before that was as unashamed with what it was dealing with as that one was. And I'd never seen a character, I mean, really and truly, forever shout out to Laurie Nunn, because I'd never read a character like Eric before. And he was African and queer and just cool. Just very, very cool. So it felt like a gift. And also it's quite rare as well to have like that amount of cast as unknowns. It was like a real opportunity to give to a bunch of people. Yeah, it was that definitely felt like a gift. And at the time as well, like I was just so so ready to like pack it all in. And then that show came along, and it was like, what a gift. And
presumably now the group chat is how you're all going to take over the world, because everybody's career just seems to have gone whoosh after that. So.
Did we all watch The White Lotus? Yes. Amy was exceptional. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's been very lovely to us all.
I do also want to ask a little bit about Barbie, partly because it's relevant to this, genuinely, because you've talked in the past about how important Margot Robbie's example as a leader and Greta's example as a leader were to you on that set, and something you've taken forward. Obviously, Margot Robbie's here tomorrow, so you guys can have a little reunion. Yeah. But what did you learn from that? What was that sort of leadership qualities that you wanted to bring into? You're the lead, even in the ensemble, I think, of this. What did you feel was important?
She's just having so much fun. She's having so much fun with it and still loving it, which obviously like gives her this huge, generous energy. But you learn quite quickly on these things that things like the vibe trickles from top down. And so she was just really good. She was just so generous and lovely to everyone, and it created a very like safe environment for everyone, because it's, I guess these things, we're not curing cancer in the arts, but they get, it can be very like high stress environments, a set or the last hour of a rehearsal room. And it's just always nice to remember that we're all human and that we all deserve respect and kindness. And she was just amazing at that. And she would bring in like a pizza van every Friday. And so on Doctor Who, I was like, right, pizza van every Friday, feeds the crew. She just, I can't speak highly enough about Margot. She's like the loveliest, kindest, like most talented human, and I was really great to see that at her level of things, not to create hierarchy, but like the success that she's had, there's still such humility in her. Yeah, incredible.
And the next thing, you're dancing at the Oscars.
Next thing, dancing at the Oscars, Ryan Gosling. I mean, that film was, it was amazing. It felt like a play. Greta Gerwig, she started her career as a stage manager. And so the pair of them have this really, like they're just nice to everyone, and they just get how important everyone is in this huge clog. In this huge clog? In this cog?
Cog
in this
machine?
huge cog. In this
Yeah.
in the cog. They get how important everyone is, and they treat everyone like that. And so, yeah, no, Barbie felt like rehearsing a play. We would warm up, we would do dance class together, we would have vocal warm-ups and group dinners, and it was lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely time.
Amazing. So what can you say about what's next for you? Because there's obviously been some changes recently. Have you made any plans yet, or are you just kind of going to let things fall where they may for a little bit?
It's pretty busy until mid next year. I've just wrapped on I don't know if I'm allowed to say. I've just wrapped on a project called Queen of Fashion. I play Michael Roberts, who is a journalist and editor of Tatler. That's why I'm bold. Bold. So yeah, lots of indie film. Getting back to theatre. Born with Teeth is a play that's going to be at the Wyndham Theatre this summer. It's the meeting of William Shakespeare and Kit Marlowe. And that is set in the first Elizabethan era, a time of like huge political and religious persecution. And they're like writing a play together. William is like an ingenue coming up. Kit Marlowe is like the dawn of his day. Are they envious of each other? Do they want to hug each other?
That's that innuendo from Oscar Wilde.
You know, what do they want to do to each other? Is what the play is about. And that play I loved because it was so rich with all the anxieties that you deal with as a creative, the ambition, the jealousy, the mortality that you feel in yourself. It's like all swimming in that, as well as like a huge political craziness is going on over their heads. So yeah, get your tickets for Born with Teeth this summer.
All right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here, and huge thank you to Ncuti Gatwa.